Caterpillar 336EH is a larger excavator weighing around 37 tonnes. It's a hybrid machine, so it recycles energy to lower fuel usage. This model of the 336E by Norscot comes in a typical Caterpillar branded box, and on the back there's some information about the features of the model, but there's no information about the real machine. The box is factory sealed with a piece of tape, so if you like wasting time you can pick it off with your fingernails. Inside, the model is contained in some clear plastic packaging, and there's also a cardboard base. It's a little bit frustrating trying to pull it out of the box, but give it a bit of a tug and out it comes. But immediately we can see a telltale sign of something that's altogether rather more frustrating. And there it is, it's either a trapped mouse or, yep, you guessed it, it's ties. Once again, the guys in China have really enjoyed themselves by tying extremely tight loops to secure the model. And you can imagine they even have some kind of competition in the factory to see who can tie the tightest loops. Well, it turns out the winner is all of them, because they all managed to tie these loops really tight. Still, on the plus side, it does stop the model moving about during shipping, so it doesn't arrive damaged. Having said that, this is frustration max packaging, and you've probably got more chance of damaging the model just getting it out of the box. Looking underneath, the tracks are quite detailed, and there's also some detail on the underside of the body. The track frames are reasonably detailed, but there's no working rollers. The cab is metal and the interior is quite good, although it's hard to see it because it's all black, details don't really stand out. The curved counterweight has very sharp CATS graphics, and the red lights are graphics too. Around the body there are a variety of plastic parts, and these include the handrails, which are soft plastic, and also the grab rails and mirrors on the cab. Up on top, the engine covers look good, and there are hydraulic hoses running from the body to the boom. On the boom and stick, the rivets are painted, which is a nice touch, and there are some hydraulic hoses. The bucket is a metal part, and it has unusual looking long thin teeth. For the test of the features, we venture out to the Cranes Etc. test track, and the tracks are too stiff to roll on a smooth surface, but in fact they are very free rolling, and they're tensioned up with spring-loaded idlers. It's a dirt machine, so stick it on some replica dirt and the tracks roll very well. In terms of rotation, this model turns extremely freely, and there's almost no friction, but that could be due to the body not being tightly attached to the undercarriage. As a result, on this review model at least, the body does rock a bit. It might be possible to tighten up the connection between the body and the undercarriage by undoing the 4 screws underneath, but they were very tight on this model. One nice feature that's been implemented is the removable bucket. The quick fit adapter on the stick is a plastic part, and the bucket just clips into it. To reattach the bucket, you just hook it over and push fit it. It may not be particularly realistic, but it's functional and it works quite well. Moving on now to the hydraulics controlling the boom, stick and bucket. And the first comment is that the hydraulic rams are basically stiff enough to hold any pose that you want to set. The boom and stick are quite long, but they don't overturn the model at maximum reach. And the overall movement is good because you can tuck it up right small, so it makes a good transport load. Looking in a bit more detail at the bucket end of things, and the range of movement is good, both in and out. Also, if you want to dig deep, the range of movement on the boom is very good, so it can dig right down below itself. On to the genuine imitation real life test, and here we're loading up a dumper. Just look at that smooth movement. Hey, what happened there? This operator needs to be very careful with his joystick. This is a typically strong and robust model from Norscot. The functionality is generally pretty good, and on the whole the detailing is good enough too. This is an interesting looking Caterpillar excavator model, and as such it's recommended.